lashing out in response to an offer to the staff of all federal politicians to undergo cultural awareness training. The training is to help staffers interact better with Aborigines and Torres Strait Islanders. The 2-hour training course is apparently to give staffers a better understanding of Indigenous Australians in your workplace, your social environments, and the community in which you work and live. The course includes an overview of Indigenous history, understanding Indigenous culture, and a look at sensitive issues affecting Indigenous Aussies. David Leyonhjelm opposes the fact that taxpayers are forking out to pay for this training. He calls it racist. Liberal Democrat Senator David Leyonhjelm, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ben.
How's it racist?
Well, when you treat people of a race differently from people of another race, that's racism by definition. And this is an example of treating people who are Indigenous, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander, a different race, differently in their culture, differently from everybody else's race and culture.
Okay, but everyone's able to go to it. It's not like they're saying, oh, look, we've got this special program and it's only for Indigenous employees. It doesn't matter whether you're black or white, and it's non-compulsory. If you want to go along, you can go along and learn more about Indigenous history.
Yeah, some companies do this them off their own bat, and some of them even make it compulsory, which I would object to, but at least they're doing it with their own money. In this instance, they're doing it with taxpayers' money, which means government money, yours and my money. Now, I'm very firmly of the view that governments should not discriminate when they do spend our money. They should treat all of us, whatever race we are, equally. They shouldn't discriminate between us because we're black, white or brindle.
Yeah, I mean, I say again, everyone's equally available to go along if they want, black or white, but you're saying the course is about Indigenous people and therefore, you want it to be about everyone, do you?
Well, the course is being paid for by everybody, but it's not about everybody. Yes, the staff of politicians can go, but they're not running courses paid for by taxpayers on any other cultures or any other races. They're only doing it on Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander races. That makes it racist by definition. It's also, I think, a poor use of taxpayers' money. In my experience, racism training or cultural awareness training won't stop a racist from being a racist anyway.
Because we've still got so many of these lingering issues when it comes to Indigenous Australians in our history, and we know that because, again, the debate around Australia Day is still going on. Isn't it a worthwhile thing to do, considering, these are the traditional custodians of this land? I mean, they started the whole thing, and maybe if we can learn a bit more and understand a little bit more, and if you're working in the political system and trying to work out policies and everything, isn't that going to help a few people be better equipped to deal with Indigenous Australians and some of the issues around it?
What's the purpose? Is it, if Aborigines are currently being discriminated against by the government or by anybody else, that's against the law. But if we're talking about discrimination that occurred in the past to past Aborigines, how is that helped by having cultural awareness training for today, relating to today's Aborigines, and how is that relevant to having people who didn't perpetrate the racism in the past? How is it helping to have them go through some sort of cultural awareness training? Doesn't make any sense. The perpetrators and the victims of past racism are long dead. There's laws against current racism, against perpetrators, and you could equally ask the question: why shouldn't we have cultural awareness training for other people? There's plenty of other cultures, if you like, in Australia. We are a multicultural society. We tend to accept the fact that we all have come from different places. We end up all being Australians. We're very, very proud to call Aborigines Australians, but why single them out is my question. Why have taxpayers' money in particular paying for the rest of us to be culturally aware about them?